Today on Cruiseman's Garage, I'm going to be installing a new belly pan. Now, you know I'm a big believer in protecting the bottom of the engine. It's actually the first thing I installed when I got my new bike. And so I'm a big believer in belly pans. But there's a new one out from one of the guys on the GL1800 Riders Forum, and it's from Macgyver. I think it's 0856. I'll put it up on the website or on the video so you can see it here in a minute. But what this is a pretty nice looking diamond plate, very solid feeling belly pan. What I took off my bike to install this was the kind of the standard run-of-the-mill Tulsa belly pan. As you can see here, it's kind of dirty. It's got about 25,000 miles on it, so it's had a little bit of road rash and a little bit of wear. But it's done its job. It's protected the engine. Just comparing the two visually, the Macgyver belly pan does feel sturdier. It doesn't feel a lot heavier. It's a little heavier, but it doesn't feel much heavier. But it does feel a lot sturdier and seems to be pretty well made. Also, like the diamond plate, I think that's a more attractive look. Just a couple other things I've noticed as I'm going through here. The Macgyver pan uses machine screws to hold this front piece on. Now this front piece, obviously you have to remove to get to your oil filter and to change your oil. So it's pretty common that you'll be removing this front shield. And it attaches with two machine screws, whereas the Tulsa belly pan attaches with D-Zeus fasteners. And the D-Zeus fasteners are kind of like a little cam locking mechanism, spring-loaded. And what's nice about it is these are captive fasteners. So if, for example, one of these were to come loose, it would not fall onto the ground. On the Macgyver belly pan, it is possible, I suppose, even though it's probably unlikely, that the threads could back out. One of those machine screws could actually fall out, and it could, theoretically, you could run over with your back tire, get a flat tire, or it could be kicked up and hit another part of the bike. So that's my only concern about the Macgyver belly pan. I wish it had the D-Zeus fasteners. I might actually try to figure out a way to modify this pan to actually install D-Zeus fasteners on it just for my own peace of mind. But other than that, it looks very well made, very solid, and certainly the machine screws should be a heck of a lot easier to get off and back on. Sometimes those D-Zeus fasteners are a pain. It just can take you forever to try to get them clicked into place. So I'm going to get down on the floor and start installing this. It installs exactly like the other belly pan. There's basically 4 10mm cap nuts or hex nuts that come loose. You don't even have to remove them. And you basically loosen those enough so that this metal, this thin sheet, can fit between those nuts and the frame. And we will see about getting this installed. Install the Macgyver belly pan. Start by removing the front shield. Now you'll have to undo those 2 machine screws and just remove that shield. You'll need to loosen the 2 10mm acorn nuts on the bottom of the bike on each side, and you'll line up the grooves in the belly pan with those nuts. Now you have to give it a pretty good whack to get it up in there between that lower cowl and the frame. And it's a little stiffer than the Tulsa pan, so it takes a little bit more effort to get in. Now once you've got that pan in place, you tighten down those acorn nuts really good, slip the front shield in place up underneath the lower front cowl of the bike, and line up those holes for those machine screws with the threads in the larger piece of the pan as shown here. And then make sure you insert both those screws and tighten them really, really good. You don't want those coming loose and falling out while you're going down the road. So make sure you get them good and tight. Well, I just finished installing the Macgyver belly pan, and it went on. It was a little bit tougher to install than the Tulsa belly pan. The front shield that covers up the oil filter does go back on much easier than the D-Zeus fasteners. I do like the idea of the machine screws. I might just try to figure out a way to get those captive. And it certainly looks better in my opinion. I think it's a nicer looking belly pan. And I think, I can't quantify this yet, but I think it looks to me like it's a tougher, stronger, more durable pan, probably able to resist damage more so than the thinner aluminum on the Tulsa belly pan. So in any case, I've got it installed. I'll be riding with it, and if there's any updates, I'll let you know.